Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This is Awkward Small with Chapter 2 of Homicidal Liu, the Underrealm. Today we're going to be reading A Mission of Interest, and before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who's supporting me. A lot of you guys have actually gone to my Wattpad and checked out the story for yourselves, and that makes me really happy, so I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this. Definitely let me know if you want to hear more. Like I said before, I've got plenty. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Chapter 2. A Mission of Interest. Time is a confusing concept in Zalgo's realm. Normally I would have stated the weeks I'd been here, but quite honestly, I can't tell weeks from months now, or day from night. It's always dark and cold. It's almost like I'm already in hell. Regardless, I've had some time to think. Nowadays, it seems like I'm only doing half of the thinking, however. I don't know who I am anymore. Half of the time it feels like I'm sleepwalking, watching the world around me with open eyes, but unaware of my actions and the words that come out of my mouth. I knew what it was. Sully. That's what he called himself. Oftentimes he seemed stronger than even I was, and here I thought I was the rightful owner of this body. He was darker than me, in more ways than one. I'd never had any sort of interest in gore. Those slasher films on TV used to freak me out so much that I'd sleep with my light on for nights on end. So, you could say I was a bit shocked when I finally came back to consciousness, covered in blood and aching from whatever the hell Sully had just done. It was that, along with several other things, that helped the others to discern him from me. His style, the way his eyes were set to darken when he took control, his raspy voice, and, well, the obvious murders. Oh, right, the others. I soon came to realize that I hadn't just died. I'd died and been sent to some hellish pit of psychopathic murderers and deranged creatures that looked like they just crawled straight out of the pit of hell. I had no interest in getting to know any of them, but for some reason, Zalgo took an interest in me, or Sully, perhaps. I was pacing back and forth around the main hall of the seemingly fallen mansion one day. None of us were given special treatment. It was more like a sort of slavery, and if you didn't do your job like you were supposed to, you were tortured. Simple as that. But, for some reason, today I hadn't been given any specific orders. It was odd, so I just sort of paced anxiously, waiting for someone to tell me what to do while Sully ranting on and on in my head about this girl that he'd wanted to bang that I'd entirely forbidden. Sullivan, Liu, we have some important business to attend to. I heard the all-too-familiar voice from behind me and swiftly spun around. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I felt that mental tug again as Sully shifted control, narrowing his eyes towards the demon as he crossed his arms. The fuck do you want now, lobster face? Sully groaned, rolling his eyes. Zalgo looked down at us. I could have sworn I saw his slightly larger eye twitch in annoyance before he forced an eerie smile, exposing his jagged teeth. Oh, I think you'll find some interest in this case. You do want to kill your monstrous excuse of a brother, don't you? Zalgo hummed, his grin growing as he studied my reaction. I froze up. Jeff. Why would I ever want to kill him? It was true. He'd betrayed me in the worst way possible. He killed me, but he was still my brother. There was no way in hell that I'd ever— Fuck yeah, where's the little shitstick at? Sully's voice echoed through the nearly empty mansion, shocking me out of my own thought. God damn it, Sully. Zalgo took a step back, seeming pleased with himself. Wonderful. Then I'm sure this will be an enjoyable mission for you. I've been keeping close tabs on that so-called brother of yours. He works under my adversary, Slenderman. To make a long story short, he's an operator like I am, but not nearly as powerful. The horned creature scoffed, and I could tell right off the bat that there was much more to the story. But who was I to ask? I was just some lame dead kid with a split personality that seemed to have an ego bigger than the observer himself.
Gotcha. So you want me to kill Jeff? What's the catch?
Sully asked, raising an eyebrow. Sully, shut up. We're not killing him. I tried arguing back to no avail. He wasn't gonna listen. He never did when it came to Jeff. Zalgo gave a small shrug. You've already been here 2 months, and you already know me too well, child. Careful with that. I don't particularly feel like draining any souls today, he responded. Ah, so that's how long it had been since I arrived. I sank further back into my mind, terrified for Sully's response. Surprisingly, it wasn't as threatening or brash as I'd expected. Yeah, well, I kinda like existing, so maybe we could move on with the point already so we can both get on with our lives, Sully responded, turning away from the demon. I guess he really wasn't so fearless after all. Zalgo reached an arm out to the left of us, a blinding red light filling the open room as he summoned his abilities. I covered my eyes with my arm until the glow dissipated. My eyes widened at the sight in front of me. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. Some sort of glowing red portal. The edges darkened as if they'd been charred by some everlasting flame. I could hear some ominous hum protruding from the entrance, like a dark cave driven into the center of some never-ending mountain. If you follow this portal, it will lead you directly to Slenderman's mansion. That's where your slaughterous brother is currently residing. Kill him, and kill the operator's #1 proxy, Masky. Then, and only then, may you return back to me. Are my instructions clear enough for you? Zalgo crossed his dark bony arms, staring into my soul as he awaited a response. Finally, I felt myself slip back into control. Yes, sir, I managed with a small nod.
And get a move on already.
The hellish creature growled, motioning for me to step into the portal. I abided, though my entire body trembled with fear and uncertainty. What had I just agreed to? I didn't want to hurt Jeff, but if I didn't, would that mean years of endless torture for me? The possible draining of my soul? I couldn't help but wonder if my brother was really worth all that. The same brother that sent me here in the first place. Maybe, just maybe, it would be better if he didn't exist at all.